Hey guys, Fernandes Limbo on the grid.
Yeah.
John, we got district soccer. We got a couple of finals today, a couple of finals tomorrow. Where are you going to be at?
Tonight, this being Thursday, I'm heading to Lakewood Ranch Manatee Girls 5A8. Been a long-standing rivalry.
Right.
Manatee's won a couple of districts the last few years, but they've never won one. Not never, but as of late, whenever they met Lakewood Ranch in the final, Lakewood Ranch would win. So it's at Manatee. Should be a good game, good rivalry. Two well-coached teams. Georgia Miras, Manatee, of course, Guy Virgilio for Lakewood Ranch. So it should be a good one.
Venice beat Northport in one of the semifinals. So once again, Venice and Braden River, we always think of them in football, and here they are in soccer.
Yeah, they split the regular season. I guess Braden River might have won the coin toss to get the top seed in home game at their place. But yeah, I was at the game last night. Venice, very, very, very good. They beat North by a few goals, and Northport coach Bill Callan said he thinks Venice is the team to beat. So that should be a good one on Friday. I'll be there on Friday for that one. So, and of course, all the finalists advance to the regional tournament, which begins in a couple of weeks.
And February 6th, right?
Yeah.
Did they try to dovetail that with the boys too?
I guess the boys start the 7th of February, unless there was a typo on the website. That's a little late, I thought. Usually, but in case unless we see different, that's what I think we're gonna go with.
Another one, Mooney versus Sarasota Military Academy. A couple of nights ago, I was at the semifinal match between Mooney and Booker.
Yeah.
Won 9-0. They Mooney beat Sarasota 8-0 twice this season. So it looks like Mooney should have an easy.
Yeah, Mooney's always been kind of the head and shoulders above in that district. And yeah, they should. I mean, I'd be surprised if it doesn't go their way again. But SMA is a pretty good story.
Right.
Up until a couple of years ago, they'd never been to a regional in soccer, and then they're going to go back this year. So pretty cool what they've done over there at Sarasota Military Academy.
And we shouldn't leave out 1A7 out of door versus St. Stephen's on Friday.
Another good rivalry there.
Yeah, very good.
Two local private schools, and two of the better ones in the area. ODA's been really, really good the last few years in girls soccer. And it's just some good matchups there we got in the finals.
And this is one of the times when we can lead off one of our shows here with soccer.
Yeah.
Usually it's a lot of other sports. Soccer gets a spotlight a little bit.
Yeah, and we've had some pretty good soccer teams in the past. Even though the last couple of years, last year, I think we had 9 girls teams. And 8 lost the first round of regional, which kind of surprised us. But, it's tough when you get to regional because, and soccer's one of those games, too. If you got 2 evenly matched teams, it comes down to PKs, like what happened in Dennis's game with Riverview and Lakewood Ranch, lights going out. So soccer's a quirky game like that. But it's a good, when it's 2 good teams, it's fun to watch.
Weightlifting. We got 3 girl weightlifters moving on to the 1A state meet.
Excuse me.
Makala Marinola, Kaylin Griffiths of Port Charlotte, and Booker's Christian McKay, February 3rd at Panama City Beach. You're sort of a weightlifting
Not anymore.
devotee,
I've scaled back.
You've scaled back.
Like I said, it's a cool sport to watch. They do, of course, the 2 Olympic lifts, the bench press and the clean and jerk, and it's a lot of fun. It's a tough spectator sport because you never know quite how much they're lifting unless you're right there and they announce the weight, or you can do the math in your head when you see the, when you see the discs on the barbell. But it's pretty cool. And again, it's a tough sport because I think there has been times when people have sandbagged. Because all you got to do, you just got to make the finals. You're not really seeded or anything. It's just you lift when you lift. And there have been years where, like, a girl or a boy will lift like 100 pounds heavier at state just to kind of get in there and kind of throw out the competition. But it's a cool sport to watch.
My high school had 4,000 kids. I don't remember us having a weightlifting team.
We didn't,
I guess not, back in those days, maybe it just didn't generate enough interest to warrant a team.
Well, I've also covered sports in Indiana, Pennsylvania, and they didn't have weightlifting teams either. So they actually lifted weights, obviously, for other sports, but this is the first time I've seen the actual sport. And it wasn't a sport. It was not been a sport that long in Florida. It was a club sport for a while. I think it's only been an FHSA sport sanctioned for a couple of years. But it's fun to watch. And again, it's become a sport where it's not just you prepare for other sports. That is your sport. So it's pretty cool how it's evolved.
We really should throw out there, just kind of off the beaten path here, we have another local person going to appear in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I have a story coming out Sunday. It should be online later today. Trey Burton, Venice's own Trey Burton, a tight end for the Eagles. This came off as an undrafted tight end 4 years ago, special teams guy. Now he had 5 touchdown catches. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent after the season, so he can maybe make some big money going forward.
And he made some key blocks too. He's a good blocking
he
tight end.
sprung LeGarrette Blount on their only touchdown against the against the Falcons.
Yes, actually, good for him. Obviously, we've had a lot of guys go and win. Henry Lawrence won 2 or 3 of them with the Raiders, right?
And Brian Poole was last year. Defensive back for the Falcons.
We've had a lot of guys. It's great. I mean, Todd Johnson, of course, Peter Warwick. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see a kid that you saw in high school, and here he is playing the biggest game in the world. And I was with another paper when Trey was here, but they played Manatee a whole lot, so I saw him quite a bit. And yeah, I guess one of the best high school quarterbacks I've ever seen.
You know, I'm a New England fan. I asked him what's it going to take to beat New England, and he said we're going to have to play our very best game. But he says if Nick Foles plays like he has been playing, he says we're going to be tough to beat. So we may see a pretty good Super Bowl.
Yeah, it should be a fun game. You know, I didn't realize how annoying Pats fans were until we became Facebook friends. I mean, you're relentless.
We are annoying.
Oh, my God.
Only Eagle fans are more annoying.
This is coming from a Yankee fan.
Right.
So I know how annoying we can be. But, yeah, so I guess I can't wait till it's over so you can stop talking.
Should we mention, well, let's hold it up right here. We have this coming. We talked about the special section.
Yeah.
This is the special section, my hot little hands here. This will be in Sunday's paper. Just want to open it up, and all the winners, all the finalists.
Finalists for all the sports, yeah.
So I think a lot of our readers will be looking forward to
seeing
pictures in the paper.
And as we've said, it's a little different this year. We don't name a player of the year. We name 3 finalists in each sport. And then our big banquet in a few months will announce the winner for each sport. So it's kind of cool, and some good photos in there, some good stuff. And I know it's a little later than usual, but I think it's going to be worth the wait when you see the finished product.
Right, exactly. And this is the kind of thing that families and student athletes put aside and maybe keep for many, many years
Unless
to come.
you think you got railroaded and you use it as kindling.
Right, exactly. And it's very absorption if you want to put your
Great
fish
for
or a bird cage or whatever.
Yep.
Anything else? Oh, we had a little downer, a local football player. Jeremy Tribbles. I mean, it was in the paper. I mean, I don't pretend to walk in other people's shoes, but when you have scholarships on the table and you have a lot going, to seemingly throw it away, it's very disappointing. It's when something like that happens.
I think in terms of when something like this happens, I think you focus on him getting his life on track. You don't worry about the scholarship offers he's blue. You just hope that what's ever going on in his life, he straightens it out and he goes on to live a more positive life after this. It's a shame that it happened. I mean, anytime you see a kid get in trouble, anyone get in trouble, it's sad. But hopefully that I hate to say he'll learn from this, but hopefully he'll straighten some things out and be better for it down the road. I talked to John Peacock for the Trey Burton story, and I just asked him about this. Of course, it blindsided him. Needless to say, he was very, very upset, very, very disappointed that something like this happened. But before we wrap it up here, anything uplifting or more positive we can end on? What should we look forward to going forward? Well, our boys' district soccer starts next week. Right. Lakewood Ranch having a good year. Braden River having a real good year. St. Stephen's, Palmetto, all having pretty good seasons. So we'll see if they can further that. And then we got a basketball starting up in a couple weeks, and wrestling, and before you know it, spring training. Yeah, exactly. And then we have the spring sports to get ready for. So right now it's girls soccer this week, Thursday and Friday. Also Saturday, a couple of big tournaments. One at Venice Wrestling, one at Charlotte. So if you're a wrestling fan, you got 2 places to choose from: the Venice Duels, Venice, and the Gene Gorman Invite Friday and Saturday at Charlotte High School. So good wrestling both places. So hopefully our next show we'll be wrapping up that and even looking more forward down the road. Are you going to wear your Pats jersey for the next show? I am. I'm going to wash it. The 12 is sort of faded, but I'll work on that. Sounds good. So for John Limbo, I'm Doug Fernandez. We'll see you next week on the Grid.